Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about a saltwater gargle, I think of it as being maybe as like an old wives' tale, or maybe something my grandma would have me do if she saw that I was sick. But the truth is, there's some pretty interesting science behind it, and this simple, at-home, inexpensive remedy may be the answer to you preventing future affliction in your health. And so in this video, we're going to discover some of the benefits it has to offer, and also at the end of this video, I'll talk about how the science shows that we should do this for the best results. So stick around to the end, but before we get started, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it is a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join our notification community, and I'm going to help you excel your health and your life. Now, like I said, this isn't something that I would have taken seriously until I actually dug into some of the research, because I remember, the older generation when I was a kid going, yeah, gargle salt water. And it's like, why would I do this? It's gross. It doesn't taste good. As a kid, you're like, you don't want to do it. And so let's talk about some of the reality behind it. Let's first talk about respiratory tract infections, okay? Because there's some really interesting research out there. There's many different studies that actually prove that it helps with upper respiratory tract infections. Now, there was one particular study where they took people who had these issues and they had them do saltwater gargles. What they found is that the saltwater gargle was more effective than wearing a mask at preventing the flu, and also it was more effective than the vaccinations. And so the saltwater gargle should be really good. It helps with prevention, and it also helps with alleviating the symptoms associated with the upper respiratory tract infection. So it is something that's very beneficial. And what they showed in the research is that basically what it does is it draws out the pathogens, draws them out of the tissues, and then helps you expel them. And so it draws them out, creates a protective barrier, and then helps you get them out of your system. So very beneficial. So definitely when it comes to upper respiratory tract infections, you want to take this seriously. So it's the flu, it's the virus, it's a bacterial infection, any of those are going to be kicked out of your system by utilizing a saltwater gargle, okay? Next is going to be sore throat, okay? So a lot of people will suffer from sore throat, and I think about all the times this year that I had a sore throat, and I'm thinking, why didn't I really utilize this method? Because the research shows it works incredibly well at dampening the inflammation. It helps with pharyngitis. It helps relieve a sore throat very, very well. So it's not something that we want to look at as, like I said, that old wives' tale of like, hey, this may benefit you. The research proves that if you have a sore throat, this is something that it is very beneficial to turn to, that saltwater gargle. Next is allergies and sinuses, okay? This is one of the reasons I say, well, this is something I'm going to start utilizing. My eyes are really puffy today, and it's that time of the year where, it finally warmed up in Michigan. Believe it or not, it does warm up here. It warmed up and allergies are kicking in a little bit for me. Luckily, they're nowhere near as bad as they used to be, but heck, if I can get some benefit from doing a saltwater gargle, I will. It shows to help alleviate the allergies, clear out the sinuses, and break up that mucus so that you can breathe a lot better. And that's, of course, why it's beneficial too if you have an upper respiratory tract infection or a sore throat. And so it's going to help with these two things as well. And like I said, even if it helps 10%, 20%, it's inexpensive, it's easy to do at home. Why not do it? It also is going to help improve your dental health. According to the research, it helps with periodontitis, it helps with gingivitis, and it can even help reduce the risk of cavities, okay? So as far as improving dental health, why not do it? Because we all know how expensive it is to go to the dentist and have to get some sort of work done, whether it's cavities or anything else. So improve your dental health with a saltwater gargle. And then lastly, the research shows when they looked at a bunch of children who are having problems with canker sores, it helps reduce the canker sores as well. So why not utilize it for that? Now it comes down to how to use it. Now let's go ahead and talk about what the research shows here. Basically what it shows is that as far as salt, using about a half of teaspoon is going to be very beneficial here. So half a teaspoon in about 8 ounces of water, okay? So 8 ounces of water. And then the question becomes, well, how often do you have to do it in order to get results, okay? So one of the things that the research shows is that it kind of varied, depending on the case, depending on what they're trying to accomplish, it varied quite a bit. But really what it came down to is utilizing a saltwater gargle about 2 to 4 times per day. And so utilizing it 2 to 4 times per day is something that you can easily do. Like I said, this isn't just grandma's recipe for success. This isn't the wives' tale. This isn't something that's silly. This is something that's research proven, believe it or not, and it actually works very effectively. I mean, we saw that it actually was helping with prevention of upper respiratory tract infections better than a vaccination or even wearing a mask, which is pretty incredible. And so Why not utilize it in order to help with these things right here? This is what you're going to do to accomplish the goal of reducing these issues using a saltwater gargle. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever used this and it actually worked well for you. And then lastly, check out this video over here where I go over a whole bunch of at-home remedies that can help you prevent viruses, the flu, all kinds of stuff. Check that out as it's very powerful. Sometimes with these different attacks on the body, these viral attacks, bacterial infections, whatever it may be, if you look at, for instance, coronavirus, one of the things that happens is when it hits the lungs, it does damage that actually can last a long period of time.